Welcome to Idea Rabbit's channel. Today I'll go over 10 things that I do to combat my extreme fear of flying. Did they just announce that the doors are locked and we'll be pulling away from the gate? Does your heart start to race and your hands sweat? Do you have terrible fear of flying? Do you have panic attacks when you go on planes, or even go as far as not even going on planes because of the fear? I've been flying since I was little, but the fear has gotten worse as I've gotten older. In the last 12-month period, I've flown on 11 flights. Some were short as 25 minutes, while others were long as 10 plus hours. Some domestic, some international. Some flying over land, while others overseas. It didn't matter. People mentioned to fly more often to get over your fears. But in those 11 flights, it didn't get better. It was like the stock market, where the first round trips to San Francisco from Vancouver were terrible, as it was quite bumpy. But the next round trip to Calgary was okay. The actual flight to Tokyo was not particularly bad, but the anxiety 2 weeks leading up to it was really bad, and I couldn't quite sleep well, and there was this ongoing lingering anxiety. So sometimes the anxiety is really high on the flight because of lots of turbulence, while other times the flight may be quite stable, but there is anxiety leading up to the flight. It fluctuates, but I've never enjoyed flying. I have often tried the recommended deep breathing, but unfortunately once the panic begins, no amount of deep breathing can calm my nerves. Inside, I'm screaming, and the Garmin is warning me of my high heart rate. I'm hyperventilating, and I feel like I'm going to pass out. So, unfortunately, deep breathing has not helped at the beginning. However, doing the 10 tactics I will go through, plus the deep breathing can help. Number 1. Wear noise-canceling headphones. This reduces the amount of loud, uncomfortable, and unknown sounds that can increase anxiety. I'm also super sensitive to sound in general, so this helps in that regard as well. Make sure to charge your headphones, especially for long flights. I also wear earplugs under the headphones for further reduction of noise. Number 2. With the noise-canceling headphones, listen to calm and meditative music. I have a couple of playlists on Spotify that are solely meditative or soothing to help calm my nerves. Number 3. Play mobile games. While Spotify is running in the background, I'll have a mobile game going so that I can focus on that. Essentially, a lot of these tactics are distractions for your brain. And I do all of these to really bombard my brain with everything else other than anything that relates to the plane or flying. Choose a game that doesn't bring too much excitement or emotion. I play strategy games like word puzzles or water sort games. If you're not a mobile person or don't have one, then you can just play a game like I Spy with My Little Eyes and maybe look for things that are the color red, for example. Or watch something on the entertainment system. Number 4. With one hand holding the phone and the thumb usually pressing buttons, in the other hand, I'll be holding a rose quartz rock. I'm often not a strong believer of rocks with healing powers or that kind of stuff, but in this case, I'm willing to use it. Again, it's another distraction. I got a fairly small rose quartz in the shape of a heart so that it can be easily placed in my pocket and not too heavy or in the way while traveling. It gives something for the other hand to feel and notice the texture of. Number 5. Chew gum. This is often mentioned for helping with popping the pressure in your ears, but I do it again for another distraction, for taste and tactile for my mouth. Also, it's refreshing for the breath, especially for long flights. If you don't like gum, then you can try candy or snacks. Number 6. After a bumpy ride that made my anxiety skyrocket when I was sitting at the back of the plane, I decided that moving forward, I would always sit in the seats on the wing or at least fairly close to it. Most often, seats at the back are assigned automatically without charge. However, I pay around $20 to $30 each way for a seat on the wing, as it is more stable. Number 7. Buy aisle seats. I don't think I'm particularly claustrophobic. However, I feel more at ease sitting in the aisle seats, especially after experiencing an episode with my IBS on the flight. I used to like the window seat because I like to watch the scenery outside the window, and it also helps with, again, distraction with sight. However, with my IBS and issues with my kidneys, going to the bathroom has been essential. So having a seat where I can easily get up and go to the restroom eases my mind. Also, I have a little bit more legroom to stretch in the aisle seat. Number 8. Learn about aviation and their safety. It may help to know that flying is the safest mode of transportation. Learn about why the plane makes certain sounds, or know what's happening during turbulence and how they are not that dangerous. I know, even with that knowledge, I panic during turbulence. But if the flight attendants aren't freaking out, then it's probably normal. There are actual workshops that you can attend and learn more about flying, specifically designed for those who are anxious about flying, so check them out in your local area. Also, airports like YVR in Vancouver has a Less Airport Stress Initiative LASSI program, which offers highly trained therapy dogs to provide emotional support and comfort to travelers experiencing anxiety associated with travel. I have yet to see them as my flights are almost always on weekends. But it seems like they're working on expanding the program to operate 7 days a week, so I'm super excited about that. I just wish the dogs could also come on board the flights. Number 9. Flying with a friend or a loved one. This may help you as you are distracted by conversation or just the comfort of having someone with you. Number 10. One thing that comes naturally to me is to think of the exciting travel experience or people you're going to meet that's waiting on the other side. That getting through this unpleasant experience is going to take you somewhere nice. I love to travel, so giving up flying is not an option. Though I do realize that sometimes we don't always fly for fun, and there may be unpleasant things waiting on the other side. Something similar to thinking about positive things awaiting is visualizations. If your hands are free, put your thumb in your fist and then visualize a safe spot for yourself. Ideally, you should do this on a regular basis prior to any flights so that your body and mind gets accustomed to and trained so that when your thumb is in your fist and you're visualizing the safe spot, it's easier to get into that safe mode when you're in an anxiety-provoking situation. What are some things that you have done that have helped you with the fear of flying? Let me know in the comments below. I love to know and might even try some. For some of the things I've mentioned in the video, you can find links in the description below. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to continue working with my fear of flying to travel more and continue to upload more travel blogs. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.